Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. So today I'm doing the box office top or flop video or tag. And this is a tag that was created original or co-created by Heather Reeds and Books Off the Beaten Path quite a while ago, I think. And I was recently tagged by Dave and Olive from Book Blather. Sorry. I had a brain fart there. Sorry, I have a plastic bag over there that can't stop crackling and it's kind of bothering me. I hope you don't hear it too much, but whatever. The concept of the tag is to look at your 5 best and worst performing videos. Think about why they performed that well or not as well, if you think it's warranted, if you think your videos should have gotten more, why didn't, etc. So, let's start with the best performing videos. I don't know why, if it's a bug or my thing, but the top performing video was 1,377 views. And it was my Johnny Got His Gun book review by Dalton Trumbo. So that video, so when you set up your channel, when you go to someone's channel page, you can set a video to be the first thing people see. For the longest time, that video was the first video people see. Now I set it to recommend based off of your preferences, so it might differ per person. But I think that also contributed to it getting so many views. Quite frankly, it's one of the first book reviews I filmed when I started BookTube. It was very cringy. I actually was thinking about did it warrant so many views and such, and I went to look at it and I stand by what I said, but the delivery is so cringy. It's so bad. Please do not go watch that video. In my opinion, it's one of those classics that is really, really up there and not talked about enough. So the thing that was weird to me is that the second video that popped up actually had 1,392 views, which is more, but it had less comments on it, so maybe that's why. And that is my This Thing Between Us by Gus Moreno book review. This also is one of the first videos I posted on my channel, and it was a collab because I did a buddy read with Mr. Morningstar, who was an amazing booktuber who took down his channel and he left booktube for personal reasons, unfortunately. But it was a lot of fun. We did a collab style video where he was in mine and I had a little snippet in his video. It was just super fun. I'm really proud of that book review, and that one I would encourage you to go see because I do think it's a little bit cringy still, but I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I had so much fun and I would do it again any day. I had so much fun overall with that buddy read. One thing you might not know if you're new on this channel is that I actually had another channel before. My initial booktube debut was in 2020, and then I had a problem with my email. If I logged out of my YouTube account, I could never log back in because I didn't remember the password and I was unable to recover it. So what I did was I told people, oh, the cat went by, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna have to delete my channel because if I get logged out for any reason, I'm never going to get it back. And I'm never, so I made the decision to take down my videos and then re-upload them, some of them on a new channel. I'm going to admit I didn't re-upload all because some of them, when you're a new booktuber, some videos are just bad. And some of them really were that bad. So it was just like, no one's going to see them ever again. I stand by that, but I'm saying this to say that some of my videos are they're a little bit weird because they're kind of they feel out of sync just because I was making videos and re-uploading older ones at the same time. So that's what you'll see if you look at my first uploads, if you will, from this channel. Johnny Got His Gun was an older one from 2020 or 2021. And then This Thing Between Us, I actually had filmed and posted as I was making my new channels. I'm saying this because it's relevant later for other videos. So here's something interesting. My next most viewed video is my reading tracker adventures. Now this is interesting because it has 658 views, which is almost twice as little as the second one, which was 1,392. So I don't know what happened there. Earlier this year, I posted it, so it didn't have as much time as the two first ones to get views. The other two were one of the first uploads on my channel. And this, I think, did really well because I think just overall, people are tired. People are tired of Amazon, and Goodreads is owned by Amazon. And B, I think people are looking for reading tracker alternatives to Goodreads overall. Like, it seems like that's the vibe this year. I think that was a cool video and definitely warrants that many views. Next up is 638 views, The Invisible Man by H.G. Wells book review. I think this is definitely one of my better reviews. It's one of my more recent ones. So I think my more recent content, maybe from within the past year, feels different, at least from when I changed to Cafe Cryptic. I don't know what. I mean, I had a little bit of an internal life change moment situation or something. So I think my attitude is different. And I think also I had been filming videos for a certain amount of time, so my style changed a little bit. So I think this is The Invisible Man is when my reviews started. Well, when I started to approach reviews a little bit differently, I think. And my last one, number 5, my top performing videos is with 567 views, the 27 Club book tag. So this is a tag video, or a tag that I made, and I thought it was super fun. Quite a few people did the tag, which I thought was great. And it's about the 27 Club, which if you don't know about, you can go watch the tag. I loved it. I'm so happy that it performed this well. So overall, I think these are really cool videos to have at my top performing. I have to say, one video, I actually didn't even look any further to see what else was at number 6, 7, 8. I think one of the videos I really wish had performed better two videos are, one, the collab I did with Pax Panic a few years ago with, about the haunted poets, or the Poètes Maudits in French. And the other one is my disabled characters in fiction commentary. So those are just two videos that I was super proud. I was just really happy with them. So it's fine. It's, there can only be 5 in the top 5. So I guess these are really good. Moving on to my flops. Okay, so here's why it's relevant. What I said was relevant about my channel, because aside from one, every single video here was a re-upload from my previous channel. And so one of the reasons I think these videos perform so poorly is because people figured, oh, I already saw this video fairly recently, so they're like, I won't rewatch it. Like, I'll be subscribed, but I won't rewatch it, if that makes sense. Maybe I think that's what happened. And then with the YouTube algorithm, it doesn't really push older content, I don't think. At least not with my booktuber status. I'm still a fairly small channel, so with 15 views, we have my spoof book review of The Yellow Pages. When I first started, I did in 2021 and 2022, I believe, for the 2 years, on April Fools, I made spoof book reviews, and they're both in the bottom 5. I mean, I guess people just didn't want to rewatch it, and it didn't make sense because admittedly, when I reposted it, it was not April Fools, and I think out of context, it didn't make sense, if that makes sense. So I think people were just like, okay, dude, whatever. So number 16 is a tag video that was created by Mr. Morningstar, who again is no longer on BookTube. And it is tag you're a psycho, and the tag was, is there any psycho or villain, I guess, in horror fiction or dark fiction that you relate to? So that was that. It was interesting. I enjoyed making it. And number 3, or the third worst performing, is with 18 views, and it is my easy French crepe recipe. Now, I will admit, I don't know why I thought to post a crepe recipe on a booktube channel, but you know, whatever. You need snacks to watch cool movies, right? Probably. I stand by my recipe, okay? But I understand that people didn't want to watch it. So, number 19 is Les Voyageurs by Daniel Walther's book review. So, this is one thing that I'm actually kind of conflicted about on my channel in general. So, because I read in French and English, but I speak to an Anglophone audience, one thing I thought was interesting with my channel is to bring over some of my French culture to the Anglophone space. However, that means that I do read a lot of books in French, and when I buy books in French, I don't necessarily check at first if they have been translated to English. I figured, okay, if a book is translated to English, I'll talk about it, but also I want to be able to talk about French literature. I would be interested to see what books haven't been, translated to French or English. But then at the same time, it feels kind of unfair to talk about a book and recommend it if it hasn't been translated to your language, because though I don't know who I'm sure there are other people who are bilingual like me, or, who watch videos in English. I don't know. And Les Voyageurs was just one of those books that hadn't been translated to English or any other languages that I know of. So I think I did an experiment at the time just to see if people would enjoy hearing about a book, even if you can't read it. Right? So I don't know. I still don't know how I feel about this. Like, do I talk about books even if I know Anglophones can't read it? At least not at the time when I post about it. Or do I share more about my French culture? In which case, I suppose you have to talk about it differently, or you have to share the actual story. But then it's like, you're not inviting people to read a book. You're just telling them, you don't have to read this book because let me tell you what happens. I don't know. It's a whole thing. Let me know your thoughts. Okay, number 5 the 5th least watched video was my dictionary spoof book review. So like the Yellow Pages, but this was my first one. I believe the dictionary spoof came out in April 1st, 2021, and the Yellow Pages was April 1st, 2022. I do think it's fun to make spoof videos on April Fools, so maybe I'll start the tradition back this year. It was my full intent to do it every single year, but this is the other reason I think that I have not performed very well on my channel for how long I've been on YouTube, is because the past 3 years have been a bit difficult for me because personal stuff, but also I went back to school with university and my schedule was just and I was on the cusp of burnout so many times. And you can if you've been a long time subscriber, you can probably tell my upload schedule was so I suppose it's only natural that my channel didn't do super well. That being said, I'm super grateful for everyone who stuck around and everyone who's here. And even if you've unsubscribed somewhere along the way, I'm really grateful for people who are part of the journey. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little video with some insight into my top and flops. I would love to hear your take on the French versus English book debacle. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!